You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. This special spring edition of TigerVision is brought to you by Conley Buick GMC, the Tanya Clavey Memorial Foundation, Mila's on the Manatee, Red Dogs Roofing, Clicking Spree, and Garrett Richard. Now, let's kick it to the booth live from Tampa, Florida, with Brian Varnador and Ken Burton Jr.
Thank you, Jordan. Well, we are live here on the campus of Tampa Jesuit, and we have alumni field here. It's the Corral Memorial Stadium, and tonight we're looking for the celebration, Ken, of the 10th year of TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. We want to thank the #1 fans in the world, our TigerVision fans, for joining us here tonight. Spring football, Ken, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, and I'm going to turn it over to my commentators. I'm Brian Varnador. We're going to be joined tonight by Ken Burton Jr. and Troy Bellamy on the Arctic Air sideline, but I'll turn it over to you, Ken.
Okay, good evening, Tiger fans. Great to be back. You know, it's been 154 days since we went off the air on a rainy night in Miami at the Traz and losing to Miami Central in the state semis, 47-20. And Coach Marino challenged the team at the end of the game. You know, you've got to take the pain and turn it into anger. We're not ready for the 305, and there has to be 100% commitment in the offseason if we want to get back there again for the third year in a row. Talked to him earlier before the game. He's been very pleased with the spring off-season workouts. He's been pleased with the 20 days of practice. He's been pleased with the red-black scrimmage they had last Saturday. Tonight, Brian, is the holy grail because they get to play somebody else besides the same person they played all season, and they're going to get it on film. The eye in the sky never lies.
Yeah, it's great to be here. And if you look at the facilities here at Tampa Jesuit, it's just a beautiful turf field out there and a beautiful campus. But right now we're going to take a part of the most important part of the broadcast. There's an invocation and followed by the national anthem.
Following prayer, we ask that you please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem performed by Jesuit Jr. Teo Chappie.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Almighty God, we ask for your blessings on all of us gathered here this evening for the spring game. We pray especially for the young men who will compete here this evening. May they play to the best of their ability, free from injury, and according to the highest standards of sportsmanship. And may all of us in our daily lives seek to do your will for your greater glory. Through Christ our Lord, amen. St. Ignatius, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Oh, can't you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and
Welcome to today's game between
What
Palmetto
an
and Jesuit.
beautiful rendition of the national anthem here at Tampa Jesuit. And, you know, we'll talk about the Palmetto Tigers a little bit later, but looking at this team, the Jesuit team, one thing I'm going to guarantee tonight is a Tiger victory, Ken. I'm going to go on a limb and say that.
Yes. The Jesuit Tigers versus the Palmetto Tigers. Easy choice there. They're very good. They've been a playoff team the last several years. Made it as far as we did last year. Lost at the last second in the Class A semifinals to a very talented American Heritage.
And if you're seeing something unusual out there, you're going to see the kicker for the Palmetto Tigers out there by himself, and he's going to kick it to a well, now, okay, so I didn't know we were going to have live kicks in this game, Ken. Is that something that is a change?
I didn't get a chance to talk to the staff. Maybe Troy can get an answer on how they're going to do that. The coaches have to agree to all this before, and just sorry I didn't get a chance to. I meant to ask Coach Marino that, see what they were going to do.
Yeah, the official on the field said that they're not going to have live returns. They're just going to kick it off.
Okay, so get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Now from the 40-yard line, Jordan Gallarado kicks it. It's a high, short kick. It's going to be fielded there at the 11-yard line, taking the ball, and it's going to be down there. So the Jesuit Tigers will start out there. You know, interesting-looking quarterback there, Ken, listed as a freshman. This Creighton Kuntz, number 16, looks like he's about 6'4", about 195 pounds. Looks like he, passing the eye test, it looks like he can really spin the bean out there during the warm-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely passed the eye test. Got big shoes to fill. Their quarterback last year was the Class 5A Offensive Player of the Year. Had three of the receivers back there were all state, all three of them. But they got to have somebody that can throw it to them.
And so it will be number 6, that is Luke Knight, will start the game as the quarterback for the Jesuit Tigers. And so the ball is spotted at the 25.
Okay, so wherever you kick it, you still get it on the 25. It's a good kick coverage there.
Yeah, excellent. And Luke Knight is going to take this one out of the shotgun. 2 receivers on the left side of the formation, 1 single out there wide right. Hands the ball off right. Nice bounce cut outside. Coming up and making another man miss. And then he's going down there. That's number 24, which is Jaquez Smith, number 10, the sophomore.
Yes. He was All-State also last year. Probably going to get a heavy dose with him tonight. He can definitely scoot with the ball, obvious there with the first play.
Really nice jump cut in there, and then got outside and made a defender miss there. And that was number 34, Dominic Harris out there, defensive back for Palmetto High. Knight hands the ball off again, running hard, and then making the tackle for the Tigers is Cedric Augustin, but a nice gain on the play of about 5 yards for Smith.
Yes, until we figure out how to stop it. If I was their OC, I would just keep pounding it here and see what happens.
Interesting, loss of some players last year. Floyd Dozier Jr. and, Jordan Renard is not out there along the defensive line. Looks like the back half, the secondary is really solid, but it'll be interesting to see how these Palmetto Tigers' new personnel on the defensive line steps up tonight.
Absolutely. That is definitely a question mark tonight.
3 receivers out here in motion. And if Tiger jumps off, that's Jalen Wester jumped off sides there, so that's going to be very close to the first down. It'll move it to a second and very short.
Well, I guarantee you, Jalen will make up for that play. He was the team's leading tackler last year. He's already committed to Florida Atlantic. Going to hopefully join up with his older brother, LaJonte, who played as a freshman last year for Florida Atlantic.
So it brings up a second and very short. So it's marked short of the marker, but then called a first down, so they're sorting that out with the chains over there. Really what we've seen early on is just a heavy dose of Jaquez Smith. Runs Smith out there wide. Now he looks to the middle of the field, throws it out there. Mix-up in communication there. Really had Jaden Garrard, number 5, streaking down the sideline uncovered, but it looks like miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback on that one.
Jaden Garrard, just one of their All-Staters last year, made second team All-State Class 5A.
So stops the clock at 10:35 on the incomplete pass, brings up the 2nd and 10. Good-looking receiver out here, Willie Suarez, freshman out here, number 10.
Tall and lanky. I like him.
There it is. He looks for the middle field, steps up. It looks like he's going to run this one now, throws it out late. Wheel route down the sideline. Great catch, and that's going to be a completion.
Pass is complete to Jaden Gerard.
Nice play by the quarterback using his feet and looking for receiver and actually put it in a good spot for him to catch it right there on the sideline.
And a wheel route, really good coverage over there.
Yes.
And there's a really strong wind here, and it was an excellent throw.
Yeah, he's actually throwing into the wind. Good point, Brian.
So it brings up a 1st and 10 from 31-yard line. The Jesuit Tigers are driving. Out here wide is Willie Suarez in single receiver on this side, one single receiver out on the right side of the formation. This time they hand the ball off. Knifing across is Jalen Wester initially. Goes for a gain of about 1 yard on the play.
Yes, as I said, Jalen's going to get his share of tackles tonight, also tackles for losses. Defensive line, again, question. I hope we're looking for a good work out of them tonight. But when you lose Floyd Dozier to the University of Buffalo and then your 4-star recruit, Jordan Renard, moving to Louisville, Texas to live with his dad, that's a tough shoes to fill there. But let's see what happens.
Palmetto with a 4-man front here, bringing a little bandit back over there covering the receiver. And now in motion goes Smith. And it's a handoff and creasing down the sideline, and another first down on the play. Interesting wrinkle on that play, Ken.
Yeah, the running back was just waiting for something to open and just doing like that Pittsburgh Steeler running back years ago that wasn't necessarily fast, but he would just jump through the hole at the last possible second and found that crease and nice gain, and they're knocking on the door.
And mix that up with Junior Vanderos on the carry that time. So using a couple backs here. Now have 2 wide receivers to the right side of the formation, bringing him back across. And now good pressure, and he throws it in there. Incomplete pass, so that's going to bring up a 2nd down. Clock stops at 9:02.
Yeah, I think the quarterback was trying to get that in between 2 defenders, but didn't come up with much luck there. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Hopefully we can get them behind the sticks here.
Yeah, you can see the skill. Number 5, Jaden Garrard there he's exceptional. And in high condition, he's been running all the way across the formations with a jet sweep look. So, and you can see he's not tiring, so he's in excellent shape. Inside handoff, and he goes outside, creases him, and Smith is going to be finally dragged down at the 1-yard line. Very close to being on top of a Palmetto defender and rolling that one in for 6, but stops at the 1.
Yeah, it looks like a missed tackle. Looks like we might have had him for just a short yard gain, but avoided the tackler, and they're just inches away now.
Just a big jumbo set, hands it off the back. Easy sledding there. Touchdown for Joquez Smith. So right out the gate, this team was 14-1 last year, Ken. They went to the playoffs, and they had an upset victory on a long field goal. And you can see that this is a unit that's very efficient. And what a nice back there, number 24, Joquez Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. They had 12 people make All-State last year. Again, the quarterback was the player of the year. I think they were the top scoring offense in Class 5A, and they're picking right up where they left off.
Ferrari with the kick, and there's a flag.
The ref's trying to get in his head.
And it's going to be a delay of game on the extra point, and that's a spring game casualty right there, Ken.
Yeah, the ref was trying to get in his head, blowing the whistle as he was kicking it.
So Jack Ferrari, he's listed as a sophomore. He's going to back that up a little bit. You know, ball, it would be like a 25-yard field goal.
Shouldn't mess with him too much.
There's a snap, a low snap, and he kicks that one right through. So with 8:38, it's Jesuit lead 7-0.
I would think that the non-rush would be more of a factor getting in his head than a 5-yard penalty on something like that.
And you know, okay, Troy, on the sideline down there, the Arctic Air sideline, what's the bench looking like there? Is everybody up, focused? What did it look like over there on the sideline?
Well, it seems like everyone is focused. I just think that we don't have a lot of experience. So you have a lot of very new players playing their first downs and getting their first snaps. A lot of guys at new positions because of the defections and transfers and other things like that. But, you know, once, like I said, during the scrimmages, there was a lot of good hitting. Down here on the field, there wasn't very much hitting, a lot of reaching. So hopefully we'll be physical because you don't want to get out physical. It's not like this team is really blowing them off the ball. They're just not making tackles. But there's a lot of energy still here on the field, and the coaches are just trying to coach the players up.
All right, thank you, Troy, for that Arctic Air sideline report.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what adjustments they make, the defense does, and see how they handle the next series.
So the backs to receive this are Cleve Benson is back there. And Ferrari kicks this one, the left-footed strong leg, get a kick out, a good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Ball's going to check up at the 4-yard line, 5-yard line. So, Ken, now it's time to see. You know, the coaches at Palmetto High School, there's a lot of things that they do offensively with Ty Stolt, the offensive coordinator, Coach Marino, a lot of zone reads. There's a lot of bubble screens. There's a lot of RPO action. You know, and a new quarterback this year. Got some playing experience last year, but Zamarian Lang will lead the charge here. Number 7 and number 22 for the Tigers is Vontae Humans, a 5'10", 190-pound dynamic running back in the backfield. And it's an option to the right. Humans takes it and slips on his cut, and is going to be stopped after a 1-yard gain there.
Number 22, Vontae Yeomans on the carry.
Any Tiger fan will remember Levante Yeomans from Braden River. Last year we were leading at halftime, and we got a heavy dose of him. Scored 4 touchdowns, and we end up losing the game. And I'm so glad to see him in a Tiger uniform. Probably going to get a heavy dose of him tonight. He was second team All-State last year, actually in front of Sagel Hickson, who was honorable mention.
Oh, slips on the cut, and there was a ton of penetration from the Jesuit Tiger line there. Really great play by number 23, which is Troy Bowles, knifing in there.
Yeah, Troy Bowles. You might have heard of his dad.
Yes.
He calls the plays for the team that's right down the road for their defense. I think they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that team that's quarter mile south of us. Yeah.
Their stadium's a little bit larger than this one. They play on Sundays.
So now that brings up a loss on the play, brings up a 3rd and long. Lang looks middle screen, nobody there. Good block out there by 77, but incomplete pass. Going to bring up a punting situation for those Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers looking very rusty there. Haven't played on any turf, so Levante will get that figured out as the game progresses. And screen looked like it was there. Quarterback just had a little bit of a challenge trying to toss it over the line that was in his face.
So Brand will kick this one away. New punter here for the Tigers this year.
Coach Stevenson has high hopes for him.
And the dynamic, we saw a little bit of a flash earlier. Number 2, Junior Vanderos back there to return. And he gets a low kickoff. It's a worm burner. He's going to be fielded there by Vanderos, and that's going to be down right there in the spring game. That would have been a very returnable punt here tonight. But spring football.
It's spring football. All these rules have to be approved by both coaches before the game, so They're just looking for film with offense and defense, and so that they can figure out how to game plan as they head into the fall season here in a couple of months.
So Luke Knight is back there waiting the shotgun snap, and he's got back there with him Joquez Smith. And he rolls to the right, this time looking to pass. Throws it out there, open receiver. He's at the 50, he's at the 45, and finally tackled at the 42-yard line. And on the play there for the Tigers is number 23, James Simmons.
Yeah, it looks like he was in position. The receiver just made a different cut and went the opposite direction.
So 6:45 here on the clock. Willie Suarez is out here wide to the left. 3 receivers to the right. High snap, but easily handled there, and Smith lunges forward for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, they're just having a way with their defense. We just need a big play to happen here to change the momentum.
Yeah, Wester's making a lot of plays in, the defensive line. We're not even the Tigers unable to touch them until they're back 2-3 yards down the field. But getting a lot of push from that offensive line. Knight hands the ball off, big lane, cuts it inside, power running, first down and more. Tackled there by Wester. And number 14 for the Tigers coming up, Xavier Houston for the tackle.
Yeah, again, looks like we had him short, which would have been just a 2 or 3 yard gain, but he broke the tackle, and fortunately Jalen was there. And what are we at, water break?
Yeah, looks like we got a water break here. Reminds us of our good friends at Richardson Stenton Roofing. And, Ken, in this first quarter here, it has been all the Jesuit Tigers here tonight.
Yes, absolutely. They've been having their way. Offense, just chewing up the clock. Ball control, running, passing. Quarterback's got good feet and is passing well. Just clicking on all cylinders.
And really, the offensive line for Jesuit, it's not a huge line, but they're doing well. They're very effective.
Very effective, absolutely.
Obviously been in the weight room because they're very strong off the line of scrimmage. Knight looks, got a receiver. It's caught there and in for 6. And that is Junior Banderas, number 2, with the catch.
Yeah, run a nice slant right down the middle of the seam of the field. Quarterback put it right there for him, and it was the first one to greet him in the end zone. Yeah, celebrate the touchdown.
Luke Knight really having a nice night here. It is windy here. You can't see that on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC, but it's a windy night here. Making some pretty long throws into a pretty good wind. Now Ferreira with a kick, and it is up, and it is good. So with 5:23 on the clock, the Jesuit Tigers at home with a 14-0 lead.
Brian, I just remember spring practice is something I hated. We started in May. It was always May 1st, whatever it started, and you had the 20 days, and it would never rain. And then Jamboree night we'd have the Jamboree. We'd all go over to Manatee, and everybody would play 2 quarters. Manatee, Southeast, Bayshore, and Palmetto play 2 quarters each, and be chased in with a monsoon thunderstorm. The only time it would rain would be the time we'd put the uniforms. It's beautiful here tonight, along with the beautiful facility. This is great weather.
And a very hospitable crowd here.
Yes.
Everybody was so nice to us and friendly to us before the game, and they're treating us better than we deserve here. But the
Absolutely.
Palmetto Tigers need to turn this around and get some momentum here, or this one's going to, would be a winding clock in a spring game. That's going to be fielded at the 13-yard line. Rushing back to get that one was number 23 for the Tigers, which is James Simmons. He's a nice-looking cornerback, Ken. James Simmons He goes 5'10", 180 pounds, and he's a junior.
Yes, the coaches spoke highly. They felt real good with the defensive back play so far this spring. You know, we lost Jaquez Hughes, who did just about everything. He's going to be playing at St. Thomas next year.
Four-man front for the Jesuit Tigers. Lang takes a snap, looking to throw, looks down late, and the stoppage of the clock prior to the snap. We're going to have a false start on the Tigers. Going to back him up another 5 yards, brings up a 1st and 15.
False start called against the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Tigers still trying to get the cobwebs after running 4 plays now. 5 counting the punt.
So looking for positives right now, Ken. Not finding any, but it's a 1st and 15 for those Palmetto Tigers. Now goes with an empty backfield with Lane in the backfield. Looks like a wing T almost, and then they run a little crosser there. Good quickness there for a nice 4.5-yard gain, and that's number 4, which is Ratrell Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford got some action last year for us. We called his name several times during the season, looking for big things from him as a senior.
There's going to be encroachment on the Jesuit Tigers, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
So getting a little momentum here. 1st and 15 to 2nd and 5. That's as easy, taking baby steps here.
You know, making some shifts on the offensive line. We see some familiar faces with Eric Brust out there, and number 84, Malik Callaway over here looks like a polished receiver out here wide for the Tigers. And that goes out there, and it's a high throw, incomplete pass intended for Keedrey Rutledge. You know, Keedrey Rutledge in the Miami Central game, Ken, if you remember, he was the player that was having a breakout year at the end of the season, had 2 long touchdown passes or receptions in that game, and he's a player that I look for the CT magic or Curtis Thomas effect. Remember Curtis Thomas from one year to the next? He's going to be this year's Curtis Thomas.
Yes,
so,
exactly. And what a time to have a breakout game against
D1 DBs.
A bunch of D1 defensive backs.
So look for Zakiji Rutledge to do good things for the Tigers this year. Lang rolls to his right under heavy chase, and he's going to be sacked there at the 9-yard line. That was number 30, Carlos Picard. I'm sorry, that's number 30, and that's Connor Cheris there. He's a linebacker.
We don't have their heights and weight, but nice blitz there, and stayed right there with our quarterback and made the sack. So we go from 2nd and 5 and 4th and 25, and we're punting again.
So Gonzalez has his feet there on the end zone. There'll be no rush here, and he's going to kick this one away.
He needs to crank this one. We need
back.
a Robbie Stevenson punt right now.
Fortunately, Junior Vanderos is back there. He's not going to be – that's a shank.
Shanked it.
And it's going to be caught there at the 31-yard line. So the Jesuit Tigers, 3rd possession, they're going to take this thing from the Palmetto Tiger 31-yard line with 3:34 on the clock here in the first.
Yeah, and we watched their kicker. He's already in field goal range here. So Tigers defense definitely needs to step up here and get some sort of stop here to stay in this ball game.
What you're seeing again on the field, if I might jump in, is just a lot of inexperience. The coaches are really just coaching them up. You mentioned Robbie. He's over here talking to the young punter and coaching him up on what to do, especially in these windy conditions here on the field.
Thanks, Troy, with that Arctic Air sideline report. Coming to motion, wide toss.
Pass. He's looking to pass.
He was looking to double pass. There's going to be a holding balls out.
There it is. There it is.
As he lunged forward, recovered by the Palmetto Tigers there, or the recovery there.
Let's see what happens.
So they're going to sort that one out.
What do you think, a hold maybe?
I thought there was a hold back there. Jaden Garrard there was coming around, and it looked like as he took the pitch, he was looking downfield to pass, but pretty good pursuit over there. I believe that would have been Augustin, the DN on that side for the Tigers, was able to blow the play up, and then there were, so let's see how they sort that one out.
He's our one defensive end back that we're expecting big things from this year. He was a terror coming from that right side last year, him and Miles Ormsby.
Very big break there for the Tigers.
Yes, that's just what we needed.
So I look for a heavy dose of humans on this play. And he fakes it to him. Now he looks down the field, rolling to his right, throws it out, and that is going to be, he's outside of the tackle box. And that's going to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, it was nowhere near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I know.
You have to get it to the line of scrimmage, and that's what he didn't do, correct?
Yeah, he was about, 35 yards short of that. Or no, I was looking at the other marker here, but yeah, he was about 25 yards short of that when he made the throw.
He would have had to get it to the 31, and he was somewhere inside the Arctic. Who's our red zone sponsor? He was throwing it in the red zone. It was not even to the 20. Who's our red zone sponsor?
So this year, this is the spring game, so I don't know if we sorted all that out.
Oh, okay,
at this point.
Early.
It's early.
My bad.
And we do remind everyone out there, TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC, always looking for sponsors out there. And you can check out some sponsorship opportunities. And we really appreciate all of our great sponsors over the years.
Yes, we sponsor everything. The red zone, the kickoff, the coaches game on Tuesday, coaches show on Tuesday night. If you want to sponsor something, we've got something for you.
And we can do things like we'll put you on the scroll or on the tickers. We run commercials for our sponsors. So, over the years it's developed and a lot of exposure out there on TigerVision. As presented by Conley Buick GMC.
We're grateful for our sponsors.
All right, second down and forever here for the Tigers. 3:14 on the clock. Lang in the backfield, and he's got humans back there with him. Two receivers on both sides of the formation. Boy, the DN is coming hard. And they throw a little middle screen out there. Caught by humans, cuts it up, and he's all the way to takes a big hit, but he's down at the 20-yard line.
Nice execution there. First completed pass for our quarterback. Getting that first one's always the hardest.
Now here, Eric Marcel is wide on the side of the formation. We're right on top of the Tampa Jesuit band here. They're really bringing it. And I don't know if you can pick that up on our field mics, but they're directly in our ears here. And
there's not many of them, but they're making an effort, making a great noise.
They sound like a college pep band here. It's a small group, but they are extremely loud, and they're bringing it tonight. Now, Palmetto Tigers with a third, and we'll call it about 20, fourth and 20 punting situation.
A loss of down on the
yes, loss of down on the intentional grounding.
So Gonzalez into punt again, and again the wind is a factor. I agree, Troy, but I think maybe not having a rush just might be getting in his head too. Let's see how he responds.
Palmetto Tigers shift things up. We'll get the long snapper here, and he gets that one off, and it's another not very good kick. It's fielded there by number 28, Houston Weathers. Wow, so that one is going to be spotted at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he did. It looked like he did everything right. He just got it off the side of his foot. He had a good snap. He had a good drop. It looked like he had a good leg swing, but just didn't hit it good. Went a little farther than the last one.
Now a change in quarterback. They've got number 16, Creighton Kuntz. He's a freshman, about 6'4" and 195 pounds. We talked about him before the game. Oh, there's good penetration in the backfield. He bounces off, does Smith. And he's finally brought down by number 14, Alzavian Houston. Really just poor tackling that time.
Brings up second down.
Yeah, Cedric Augustin was back there moving linemen around looking for the ball and just missed them. It seems like they're in place. They've just got to make the play here. So the coaches are calling, making good calls. They just got to step in here and play their position. Don't worry about anybody else and make the play. And again, it's spring football.
Clock winds to 56 seconds here as Jesuit now lines up with 2 receivers on the left, 1 single out there to the right, and that's going to be Junior Vanderas out there on the right side of the formation. No, there's a bad exchange, and it's down on the ground. Still going, and it's going to be picked
still loose.
Still loose, and it's going to be
got it.
Picked up by the Tigers. That ball never was recovered.
It looks like it was down 3 times, but it just popped up in the air.
It looks like they called him dead, the ball dead there. And you'll see on the TigerVision replay.
They'll have to. We can't see it tonight. It had to be the first, second, or third bounce. My goodness.
So really a fortunate break there for the Jesuit Tigers there, because we had a pretty good look at that one, Ken, and the ball was looked like a live ball there. Okay, the clock mercifully winds down to zeros here for the Palmetto Tigers here in the first quarter. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we'll take it to a break.
Red Dogs Roofing is a local roofing company located in the heart of Manatee and Sarasota counties. Our clients love to work with us because we back our work with the Red Dogs promise. From start to finish, you will not find a better experience with your roofing project anywhere else. Our mission is to work with the next generation to expand the skilled workforce and provide a great career path for anyone looking to grow in Manatee and Sarasota counties. When you invest in Red Dogs Roofing, you invest in your community. That's the Red Dogs way.
All right, Ken, we're back in action here. Tonight we're a little challenged. We're in the home stands, and we're directly behind the band, and the public address speaker is right in our ears, but we're going to do the best we can.
Yeah, we can't even hear each other, which might be a good thing. I don't know.
So,
the best thing about doing TigerVision is, I love being out here. You just feel like you're part of the game.
Yeah,
it'd be like Troy and Tom Porter, like being on the sideline almost.
Yeah, Troy, we'll kick it to Troy. Well, I'll get to after this play, Troy. We're going to kick it down to Troy on the Arctic Air sideline report. Couple exchange issues for the Jesuit Tigers on some of the plays. 2 exchange problems and 1 turnover, but very fortunate to get that last one.
Absolutely.
Now back to Luke Knight. Rolls to his right. Sees a man, and it's picked off, and very nice job there, and that is going to be number 6, and Jamil Williams. You know, we saw him play some running back last year.
Yes.
Very talented, and he did a great job of corralling that one and keeping his feet in bounds.
Yes, the transfer from Manatee played a lot last year on both sides of the ball and dropped back into coverage there and made a nice play. That was their starting quarterback that threw that. He's been looking good all night. So they're finally starting to see reality here too, with the ball popping out and the interception. So Tigers got a great opportunity here to get back in this game.
Yeah, really offensively, the Tigers have got to do something, because potentially you had 3 turnovers. The one wasn't called a fumble, but really.
Yes, exactly.
And within, nearly only 1 quarter of football.
And our team was so good last year on offense, capitalizing on turnovers.
So 11:52 on the clock. Lang looks things over. Looks for the middle screen and nothing there. Steps up, and he's going to go up for about a 3-yard loss, and that's number 17, Peter Pasansky there. Another, listed as a freshman there.
Yes, he was an all-stater last year as a freshman. His brother was the quarterback that is now going to be playing at Holy Cross next year. They fell right into Jesuit's lap. They moved here to Tampa last August and enrolled in school right before spring practice. And took them all the way. The Sansky brothers helped take them all the way to the state semifinals.
Palmetto Tigers been playing behind the chains all night. Starts with a 2nd and 14 here. This time in the backfield is Cleve Benson. And they fake it to Cleve Benson. Now they throw it to Callaway. Puts his foot in the ground, makes a stick move, and look for the sideline. Great speed there, and very close. He's got the first down, Ken.
Yeah, actually good pitch and catch there. Wide receiver coach was speaking very highly of him before the game, and makes a great play there. Just what the doctor ordered. Let's keep this going.
6'2", 180, very polished receiver. One thing I look for here is our slot receiver, Rock Lodge. He's over there in the slot now, and there's an elusive, dynamic slot back. We have a history of having those here at Palmetto, like Butler and others.
Bubba Butler, yeah, he's got just like Bubba Butler. Lost him to injury last year. Glad to have him back.
And he's got great vision, does Rockland Lodge. This time they run the option out there. Lodge gets a block and then coming to the outside, getting the corner down the sideline all the way to the 37-yard line is Cleve Benson.
That's the Benson we knew that has run all over us the last several years at Braden River.
That was Cleve.
Nice play that time, and
that was Cleve Benson.
That was Benson. Okay.
It was 15 last year,
yes.
Ken. Every year they change it up for him, so it's number 3.
Got to have those single-digit numbers. Want to be like a kicker.
Wow.
And, but Benson was off and on, did a great job for us. My bad.
What you got for us, Troy?
There's a late flag well after the play.
Against the Tigers.
Against the Tigers. Palmetto looks like unsportsmanlike conduct. It was holding.
Didn't see that from.
I didn't see that either. And I mean, he literally threw it 20 seconds ago.
Yeah.
After the play.
I watched the completion of the play. I didn't see any altercations going on out there. So that's Palmetto has 2 very nice plays, and it's a holding call.
And that's a spot foul. So we go to them playing right in front of us, right at midfield to. Inside the 25-yard line. That's a 30-yard penalty. That
is brutal. So now from behind the chains to, on the marker here.
This is where you would hope to have that Sagel Hickson guy that can make it all up in one play.
You're really looking for some kind of bubble screen or a tunnel screen or a middle screen, something to break there. This time he throws the ball out there wide. Callaway's out there, drops the ball. You had Callaway there, and streaking down the sideline over there was Zakedri Rutledge, was wide open on the boundary as we take a look at that one, Ken.
Yes, absolutely. Again, Zakedri was the star of the Central game. Expecting him to be right there. And we got several other receivers that they're really high on. We had the transfer from Riverview High School that Duke Timmons. They expect him to be the number 1 receiver. Haven't got him the ball yet.
So Humans is in the backfield back there with Lang. He takes the ball, looks, and he flips it out there to Humans. Nice one-handed catch. Linebackers all over that one, and that is number 22, which is Justin Oates, the junior. Caleb Williams with a tackle there, Ken. And he's number 25, and
they're missing their blocking assignments. And you can be the best back in the world, but you're only as good as the line you have in front of you, and they've got to execute just as well. Again, spring football, a lot of new. We lost 5 key players, seniors last year, so lots of spots to fill.
Williams and Callaway are over here wide to the right for the Tigers. It's actually Zakedri Rutledge and Callaway wide to the right. And then in the backfield now, you're going to slip in Cleve Benson in the backfield back there with Lang. It is so loud around us that Ken and I can't hear the sound of our own voices, and I'm sure all the systems are working here. 9 minutes.
Maybe the fans
28.
like it, they can't hear us.
It makes it challenging. Now it's a 3rd and a very manageable 32 here for the Palmetto Tigers. Lang looks, he's being harassed there, rolls to his right, and he now shakes out of a tackle, and he's going to be sacked there by number 17, Peter Pasansky.
That's a defensive lineman that manhandled our quarterback there.
So really, in that position, now the reward for that, Palmetto's going to come out here with a free kick, and they're going to punt the ball, and haven't been punting the ball very well into a very stiff wind.
Yeah, it's stiff. Stiff is a very good word for it. It's going to be 10, 15 miles an hour in his face, and we're going to be giving him the ball right back.
Yeah, so
Robbie's got to get some words of wisdom into his head to crank this thing. Oh, we got a drone out here tonight.
Yeah. What you got for us, Troy, with the Arctic Air sideline report?
This is going to be an interesting kick because the wind just picked up about 10 knots down here on the field. It blew his kicking net over, so the wind just really picked up. If you look at the flags in the stadium, this is going to be an interesting kick.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's coming directly out of the north, and we're facing the north.
The American flag over there is
flags. Maybe the northeast.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a tough kick here. We're
going
to kick it off the tee.
Okay,
if it'll stay.
So Robbie Stevenson made the decision to get away from the punting game into this situation. So now Jordan Gallarado will kick this one, get a kick out of good service from our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Ellenton. High kick, and that one's almost going backwards as it comes down, fielded at the 35.
And kudos to Coach Stevenson putting a veteran kicker in there to let him kick it off. Been there and done it last year, and did a great job for us. And despite kicking it a mile high in the air, got a decent kick out of it into the stiff wind.
Looks like quarterback is going to be Luke Knight again on this series. And that great back that they have, Joquez Smith, is going to line up in the backfield, single back formation. Jaden Garrard out in the slot, number 5 on the left side. In motion goes Vanderos. He throws it out there, and the ball is incomplete pass there, intended for Jaden Garrard.
Yes, and Gerard was in the slot, and again the quarterback just a short pass there to the slot looked like the wind grabbed it a little bit.
Yeah, if there's a night to throw a tight spiral, tonight's the night because it is extremely windy out there now. On a beautiful, very few clouds in the sky here, and the temperature almost feels like it's in the mid-70s.
Like fall weather here. It's
very,
just really
very
nice.
unusual.
We're blessed here.
Night things over, and they fake it, and then so Joquez Smith makes a great move there, and still going forward and tackled at the 50-yard line.
Jalen Wester timed the blitz, just took the wrong gap, and Jesuit took advantage of that and got a nice run now in Tiger territory.
So the ball spotted at the Palmetto Tiger 49-yard line. Jesuit here grinding forward. A lot of heavy sledding here tonight by Joquez Smith. This time looks to pass. Ball is beautifully thrown, and then coming over for a big hit is Jordan Simpson, number 29.
Boy, did he time that just right. Quarterback put it in the right spot. Thank goodness he had a chance to catch it, and otherwise he'd have taken his head off. But what a ferocious hit.
And a great catch there, and the flag was out there. And let's see.
Brings up second down.
Bring it.
There was a flag on the.
Troy, you know anything?
Looked like they were going to call a targeting.
It looked
on
like
that.
they were going to call targeting, but it looks like he picked it up.
But it was, he had opportunity to make an athletic move.
And he hit him with the shoulder
back up.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, he did get his head into the rib cage, near the rib cage, and it was not didn't look like a helmet-to-helmet shot. Whew. Tell you what, inside handoff there, but in that play, you could see the speed of Junior Vandeross as he came out of the slot back position, took off on a dead boy. He is gifted with speed.
That's good for the Tigers. First down.
He was their leading receiver last year, and obviously dual threat to both run and catch the ball.
He's got it.
They've got it, and they're clicking on all cylinders.
So Smith in the backfield behind Knight. Two receivers wide to the left. Looks like the slot receiver may be open there. They hand it off to Joden Smith, and he's going to be tackled there. But another big gain on the play. Coming up for the tackle was number 44, Jake Ruiz.
Marcus Waiters and Jake Ruiz combined on the stop. Gain of 3. Second down.
Yeah, a good stop by the defense. That's probably one of the shorter gains they've had tonight.
But in looking at the game film here, how many tackles by defensive linemen here tonight for the Palmetto Tigers?
Not many. Not many, if any, at all. Good point.
Oh, long ball
goodness.
thrown down, just misses a open receiver. That was Vandeross, and they got victimized by the wind. That one's 6, but that 15, 20-mile-an-hour wind carried that one away from the receiver.
Caton Bodden on the coverage. I don't know if he lost footing or he just missed coverage there. I thought there was safety help, but my goodness, we dodged a bullet. Jesuit's looking good now. When they're reclassifying for just this year. Palmetto will play in 7A with Manatee. Jesuit stays at 5A. Again, they made it all the way to the semifinals like we did last year. Again, lost on a last-second field goal. However, you pick your poison. So our poison this year will be St. Thomas Aquinas if we are fortunate to get there. They're going to have to deal with Miami Central because Central dropped to 5A. And I'm sure they're loaded back all up too. So I don't envy them at all.
So the Tigers here, both, the Tigers from both sides, your rewards for a season, you're getting to those quarterfinal, semifinal games.
You're going to see Central.
You're going to see Miami Central, and Palmetto Tigers will see that other.
St. Thomas Aquinas. We got to get there first, and that's a long ways.
Oh. And good play there
Cedric
from the backside of Augustine there.
Augustine. We never get that. That was my bad. It was Augustine.
You know what? The way that he spells his name, and we've looked at that. It was without the E on my roster last year. So I was going with it.
And there's the city St. Augustine, and then there's a Division II school called St. Augustine. So we mess, and it's probably me messing you up, but it's Augustine. It doesn't look like that. Great play.
I think he likes to be pronounced to be Augustine.
Yes, he told us on a coach's show one night. We asked him. I remember that.
Now with 4th and 10, so obvious passing play. One thing you might do is cross him up with a draw here when you got a back like Smith, but a 4th and 10 here, and Knight takes it under center. He's looking to throw. Good pass rush there, and picked off there. Number 23 for the Tigers steps it up. He's at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 50, 40, and number 23 still going. Oh my goodness, what a play by James Simmons. Yeah. We talked about the defensive back earlier, looking nice, but man.
My goodness, we're in a spring game. It's 4th and 10. You want to look good on film, drop the ball, do the right thing, catch the ball and take it to the house. I'll take that any day. My goodness. He just might have earned him a spot on the starting lineup if he already hasn't won.
If you're looking at the sheet, what you should do is knock the ball down there if you're catching it on the goal line. But James Simmons said, you know what, I'm a player, I'm going to make a play. And Troy, what did it look like from that sideline?
Yeah, you had a great view.
The whole sideline just got electrified. whole sideline just got electrified.
Well, I hope it takes right into the huddle, and Coach Ty calls a touchdown play right here, and we're right back in this game.
Yeah. The Simmons kid is a player. Another transfer in from Riverview. He has had great spring, so he's making big plays here.
Yeah,
so Simmons and number 2, Timmons.
Oh, look at this run here, number 4 for the Tigers, and that's Retroil Crawford looking fast, and he goes for about a 6-yard gain.
5'9" scat back. We called his name several times last year as a fill-in back, looking for big things from him this year.
Duke Timmons out here wide to the left. This time he fakes the handoff, throws it out. That's going to be great play by the Palmetto receiver. Coming back to the ball is Jamil.
Was that Rutledge?
That was Zakidri Rutledge.
Rutledge, yes.
That ball is a pick 6, but Zakidri Rutledge came back to the ball.
And it looked like Brian caught it off the guy's helmet, because if the guy would have had his head up instead of going for the tackle, he, like you said, pick 6.
That's a pick 6, but
just like Simmons had earlier there.
Huge play.
There wasn't anybody.
Huge play by Zakidri Rutledge. A loss of 2, but a fabulous play by Rutledge.
Reminded me of the New York Giants Super Bowl play, catching it off the helmet there in the 4th quarter.
And
years ago.
Keeps the drive alive here for the Tigers. Callaway is over here wide to the left. Great looking receiver. And Rutledge is now in the wide to the left also. And now he looks left. Lang rolls left. He's got a lot of pressure. He needs to step up. Throws it out there. That's going to be caught. That's going to be Humans. And he runs for a nice gain. Brings up it could have been a loss. It's going to be
4th and
about
4.
7. Spring game. Let's see.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. He didn't gain anything.
No.
They got back to the line of scrimmage.
But putting his hand
quarterback was running for his life, and so we're going to try to take the points here as the wind would happen to pick up.
Cleve Benson is going to hold this one. The ball is spotted at the 16-yard line, so it's going to be about a 36-yard or 26-yard kick. And the kick is up, and it is true.
Oh, good, nice.
So great kick by Joden Gallarado. So get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto with 3:03 on the clock here, 2nd quarter. Palmetto Tigers trail the Jesuit Tigers 16-3.
Ball looked like it slipped inside the left upright. The ball's naturally going to tail that way, and you got that northeast wind. Great kick there by the veteran kicker. We definitely needed those points before we head in here to halftime.
And these kicks that are going into this wind, they are almost vertical, straight up and down at the end. They're almost going backwards. The wind is that strong. Anything up in the air, it just is dying.
You're going to get it 30 or 40 yards down the field, and then it's just going to die. It just can't take it anymore. CP squibs this thing for a field position, because I think they have to field it.
They have to field it, and it's down where they field it.
Down where they field it. So if he can get it past the second layer here, put them back.
Colorado approaches, get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto located in Ellington. Really important that the Palmetto Tiger defense makes a stand here to keep them in this ball game on this next series. And the wind is really blowing here now at Tampa. And we're waiting
for the.
They caught our drone guy.
Okay. Okay, so they're asking for the drone to be taken off the field of play. That's a high kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 19-yard line. Good kick by Colorado.
They're going to start at 25. Right?
Start on the
25.
25,
right?
Yeah. No, that's about as A+ effort there.
All right.
Brian, you were right. The defense has got to come up with a stop here. Maybe even get a chance to get the ball back. We have all 3 of our timeouts, so opportunity to run a 2-minute drill. You can always be hopeful.
Yeah, the play of the game for the Palmetto Tigers comes from James Simmons, number 23, the defensive back, to put the Tigers in the field goal position. Really, the offense of the Palmetto Tigers doing nothing.
That has been our offense.
Nice. That's going to be
Get him out of bounds. Get him out of bounds.
And he's going to be
Get him out.
tackled
Okay.
there.
Nope. Clock's going to run.
And they're going to continue. The clock runs. And so, second down.
Actually, good coverage there by our ends, boxing, and the linebacker everybody playing their position and getting in position. And no gain.
Yeah, Jamil Williams did a good job. Looked like it was near the sideline. Could have been nearly a holding call there because Jamil was having a hard time getting off coverage. But, if it's not a flag, it's a good block. Vanderus in motion. Luke steps
Pressure,
up.
got a
Very good
sack.
pressure there, and you see that by number 1, Cedric Augustin.
That's the Cedric Augustine we knew from last year that came on strong second half of the year.
Timeout, Palmetto, their first charge timeout of the half.
So the Tigers elect to take a timeout here. One thing, now the wind just dropped. As windy as it is, it's very difficult to throw. And as I was saying that, the flags just went flat on that. So Palmetto Tigers here. This is a third down, and we'll call it 13 for Jesuit. So 2 minutes and 3 seconds, plenty of time for the Palmetto Tigers to do something, but got to make a stop here.
Yeah, obviously, first thing is you said it, 2 minutes. Got to get a stop here. They practice it every day in practice. That's a big thing, very important to Coach Marino, Coach Ty. Practice that 2-minute drill. Get a great opportunity here, spring practice, to see them execute it. But first of all, we got to get Jesuit off the field here.
Palmetto with 2 safety look on this, and Alzavian Houston is back there on the left side. And now there is a handoff, and that he breaks a tackle, first down. Still running forward, and really another broken tackle in the backfield. So Smith with a big gain.
Yes, again, great call by the defense, play caller, and just got to stay in your lane, make the tackle, and watch their belt buckle. Don't watch them because they'll beat you every time.
Yeah, when you can't stop the back on a 3rd and 13, that's problematic here for the Tigers tonight. Just
and
a
what
simple
a daring
handoff.
call to run it on 3rd and 13. Yes, if we stop them, you're going to force us to use a timeout, but they're that confident in their run game with him. He was one of the top backs out of Hillsborough County in rushing last year, had over 20 TDs, and we've seen a heavy dose of him so far, and we'll see the rest of the game.
So now it'll be a 1 minute and 38 seconds here on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Tampa Jesuit Tigers, and the ball is spotted at the 43-yard line.
Now we just want to stop them and go in at halftime 16-3.
Yeah, and you look out there, very dangerous receivers. Number 18, Gary Givens, is out here wide to the right, and he has Junior Vandross over there, and you got a back. But I look at him to throw the ball on this first down play. Knight looks, steps up, and there's going to be a holding back there. Great play by number 12 for the Tigers. That's Mikkel Gibson. He's a 6 foot, 230-pound defensive end linebacker.
I think they're going to call holding 67 Shaw on Cedric Augustine.
It's a really big play there. A minute and 34 seconds on the clock here.
67 is supposed to be a big-time left tackle here, and a big-time prospect, and Cedric Augustine is starting to have his way with him now.
Yeah. Traquan Alexander's also a kid getting look. One of their another lineman. Let me look at my notes here.
And, 67 is Wesley Shaw. He's listed as a sophomore. And anytime you have a left tackle
you're right.
as a sophomore.
Troy, you're exactly right. He's the kid that got the offer. It was his first offer, and he got it from West Virginia. Good call.
So 1st and 24 for Jesuit. They look for the little flare pass, and then they throw a screen back across the field. Shakes a tackle, does Smith. Shakes another tackle. And finally, going to be corralled there. Peeling back on the play is number 60 there for the Tigers. And that is unlisted here on my roster. No, number 50, and that is going to be Riley Jackson. Riley Jackson, really came around at the end of the season last year, stepped up and had some really big plays for the Tigers at the end of the season. So Joe Smith, we're getting very familiar with Joquez Smith back there, and Luke Knight looks. It's a little middle toss, picked off.
There we go.
And he's at the 40. And he is down to the 49. Number 23, James Simmons once again. I tell you what.
Oh, my goodness. He is a player.
Now, what I like about James.
What a ball hawk.
What I like about James, he's not a 6'3" corner like we've had in the past, but he's one of those guys that he reminds me of the corner that was playing at Miami Central. He is 180 pounds, and he's very strong. He's the kind of cornerback that can come out and jam in coverage. He can jam those receivers off the line, but he's making his plays in space tonight in the back of the defense.
Exactly.
But I like the physical corner. And tonight he's showing some real coverage skills.
Got physical DB, but he's also a ball hawk.
Yeah.
He's playing center field out there.
So 22.7 seconds here on the clock in the second quarter. Tigers really need to score. Very difficult to kick a field goal from.
Yeah, we need at least 15 yards to have any decent shot.
So Cleve Benson is in the backfield. You start thinking of some things. Maybe,
29.
A tunnel screen to Duke Simmons over here coming down the line, or maybe just a middle screen to Cleve Benson. Let's see what the Tigers come up with. Long throws a long, tight spot, wide open receiver, an incomplete pass, and there was a call on the backside of that, a targeting call. And it looked really clean from the vantage point that we were at, just a defender making a play on the ball. But, we didn't have the best look on that one. But a wide open receiver, ball hung up there. Beautiful. Now that is if that ball's not a spiral, that ball would have been 5 yards shorter than that.
And possibly picked off.
Yeah.
Just like we've picked to, he put it right there where he had a chance to catch it. And in high school, we're going to get 10 yards. It's not going to be like in the NFL where you get it on the first and goal on the 1. So a 10-yard gain. No. So we got first down.
First down. Ball
we can
is
definitely get a field goal here
18,
if we need it.
Right, yard line.
We have 2 timeouts, so we could run the ball. Probably not.
And 13.6 on the clock. Now, Rockland Lodge over here in the slot.
Might be the guy here.
He might be the guy. If they're playing a soft cushion over there, 10-yard cushion, I'm flipping it out there to him because he has a lot of shake. He's a guy that has the ability to make people miss. So if you see a soft cushion over here by the DB, Rockland Lodge over here in the slot is the kind of player that really can make you miss. Now he's going out wide on the formation.
Yeah, they're moving him wide. He goes 5'9", 155. He can put his foot in the ground.
In the backfield is Benson. They look.
Throw it.
Throws a high ball. It's hanging up there. It's going to be picked off. And it's going to be at the 1. He's at the 10. Running down the sideline. And still going.
Get him out of bounds. Just get him out of bounds.
And he's going to go all. No, great play. And he shakes another tackle. Stops again. Finally dragged down by Callaway. So that was number 25, Caleb Williams, with a great return, but a superior play by Callaway because that ends the first half. So that hustle by Callaway keeps this game from getting out of hand, Ken.
Yeah, we're just 2 scores out. Otherwise, it would have been 3. And what a great – despite the interception, he was running out of gas. And our guy, what was Galloway? Callaway runs him down. You know, they teach defensive players run to the ball regardless, and that's exactly what he did. He turned into a DB there and chased him down. Great effort as we end the half, Brian.
And really, really impressive that the offensive lineman, after the interception in the end zone, you know, you're looking at a 100-yard return there potentially.
Absolutely.
The offensive lineman gave chase and never quit. Does anyone believe that they're going to catch number 25? No, Caleb Williams. But they stayed with it, never gave up on the play, made him turn across the field, which gave Callaway the opportunity.
And yes, and if he stays down the sideline, he's going to 10 times more likely going to score in that play.
So you got to give credit to the Palmetto Tigers for not quitting on the play. Wow, what a great return there by Caleb Williams. But stop the clock there. Time expired. So it should be a lot worse than this. Jesuit with a 16-3 lead at this point. They've had 2 interceptions that have been thrown to number 23, James Simmons. A couple of fumbles, 1 lost, and one that they were able to, was called down.
Yes.
So really fortunate for the Palmetto Tigers to still be in this game.
Yeah, James Simmons has been our offense tonight on the defensive side, and anxious to see the adjustments they make with offensive line, with their blocking schemes here, just to give our quarterback a little more time to throw the ball and see what happens in the second half. We're very fortunate to be in this game. Jesuits, despite their own mistakes, they're clicking on all cylinders. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with here in Class 5A this coming season.
Okay, I'm going to take it over to the sideline report. Arctic Air over here. Troy, you're far enough from the bench you can hear yourself talk over there, so I'm going to have you talk about that last play by Callaway, what you saw unfold in front of you.
Wow, tough play. A quarterback saw that he had a mismatch, or what he thought was a mismatch, with Duke Timmons. Duke Timmons, a high riser, 6'3", big receiver, and it looked like he got pushed in the end zone again. Looked like it should have been defensive pass interference. However, the interception resulted, and like you said, great hustle by the offense to turn into defense and save them from getting a touchdown to close out the half. What you saw, though, I heard a lot of encouragement from the coaches. Again, they know that they're going to have to coach up the offense. The offense is brand new. You've got a brand new quarterback. You've got freshman receivers coming up, having to play big roles. And so what you're going to have to do is just be patient. Coach Ty, normally you can tell by the type of pace that we play. Normally, our offense is high-powered, no huddle, quick plays. The ball is in and out of the quarterback's hand. We can run the ball. There's a number of different things you can do. But it's very difficult when you're just trying to learn the playbook, or everyone's just trying to get in sync. The offensive line actually did a great job of keeping guys off of him. It's just a matter of him trusting his reads and making sure that he puts the ball in a place where his players can make a play. Other than that, again, the defense in spring is always going to be ahead of the offense. So what you want to do is just, again, continue to be patient, give him play calls that are simple that he can execute. And there was a series or two where we got a little bit of continuity. He'll complete a pass, a quick screen, and then he'd take a sack. So, again, that just shows the inexperience of the young freshman quarterback, but you can see the potential. And you can see the potential of the other young players that are with him. And once they put it together, we're still in this ball game. We get the ball coming out in the second half. Let's see what we can do with it.
Thank you very much, Troy, with the Arctic Air sideline report. Talking with coaches, they said they've been very impressed with the secondary play by the Tigers in practice, and that was really evident tonight. And really a breakout game for James Simmons here with 2 interceptions, Ken.
Oh, yes. Like I said earlier, he's been our offensive threat tonight, making plays on the defense. And I really like him. Like you talked about his coverage and then playing in area, making plays. Great job. Great job.
Yeah, one thing I'd look for in the second half is the Tigers, Ty Stoll is an amazing offensive coordinator, with everything that they do here One thing we noticed with the slot receiver with Rockland Lodge in the slot and a 10-yard cushion, and that's an easy throw, wind or no throw for Lang to make. Maybe we'll see that in the second half, Ken. But let's now just pause, take a break, maybe chomp one of these hot dogs down, and we'll get ready and pick it up again for the opening of the third quarter.
So tell me, what was actually the name of the award? It was you were the #1 stream in the streaming awards. Isn't that correct?
Don't miss a beat. Get the blood flowing on the Haunt Vault Discord server. Join now, if you dare.
Great first half, guys.
He was an athlete. He was an athlete.
All right, guys.
Welcome back to Tiger Vision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. I'm Brian Varnador, joined here with Ken Burton and Troy Bellamy on the sidelines. 4 minutes before the kickoff here in the third quarter. And a lot of, not much going on for the Palmetto Tiger offense in the first half, but you can see as the game developed, definitely within striking range here, Ken. The Palmetto Tigers trail the Jesuit Tigers 16-3. So really a lot of time left on the clock, and the Tigers could jump right back into this game, Ken.
Yes, you can only hope. You have to remember we lost 5 key starters that 4 of them, maybe all 5 of them, were going to be playing somewhere in college next year on the offense that were keys to our success winning the regions the last 2 years, as well as the defense. And it's obvious the defense is much ahead way farther ahead than the offense. Just talking to the coaches up here, hanging out here with us at the top of the stadium, they're just trying to figure out what's working as far as what plays to call, and they're trying to figure out to get the right personnel where they want them. Perfect example, Brian, on that last play where originally, on the interception, they had put Duke Timmons in that slot spot to make it easier to get the ball to him, where the play before they were going to the other young man we were talking about.
Zakiju Rutledge, right?
No, the scat back there.
Oh, yeah, they were going to look for Rockland Lodge there.
Yes. And then they they had the change, or they had to change the play there, and they put it there because it would probably be easier to throw to the slot, to throw a home run ball up to.
And the ball hung up in the wind. Ball came in short, and Timmons, you would like to use his size on the DBs. He looks great out there, for the Tigers, and I was really impressed in watching Callaway run routes, pre-game here.
Yes.
He looked really nice, really clean with his routes. He looks like he's got some polish out there at wide receiver, and then of course he made a great tackle to end the second quarter there, showing Malik Callaway showing that great hustle.
Yes, and the wide receivers were. I was talking to coaches before the game on the field, and they were our Achilles heel dropping passes. But then remember, we got all the way to the Final Four dropping passes, and I go, well, that's true. I don't think we're going to see that this year. I think we're going to be okay in the wide receivers with the kids we have coming back. They progressed, and then Timmons coming in here from Riverview. It's going to make a huge difference, I think.
And you can see the obvious drop-off. You've got to remember last year, we had Ormsby, who was a player that was playing very tough in the defensive line, and with the drop-off. When you have Floyd Dozier Jr. and you have Jordan Renard in the interior of the line there, the DNs for Palmetto tonight look pretty stout. You're seeing some good pass rush by Augustin has done a good job. McKell made a play in there, but what we've seen is not a lot of tackles. Last year we saw a lot of tackles of running backs from the defensive linemen, from the interior of the offensive line. Tonight we're seeing tackles by linebackers and secondary personnel.
Yes, and when your defense, your secondaries, your leading tacklers, that's generally not a good thing.
Right.
Whether you're going to win games and then even compete for the district, time will tell. We'll just see what happens here in the second half. They make those adjustments that coaches make do wonders for players. So let's hope for the best here.
The one thing we're confident here at Palmetto High School, and we talk about this all the time, is the coaching staff at Palmetto High School. Whether it's on offense or defense, we see, there's guys like Greg Wall and on the defensive line there. These are like college coaches, and so we expect them to make the adjustments at halftime. And Greg being the defensive line, he knows
his stuff. Absolutely,
you can see he does exotic stunts and things in the packages. And so he's probably in there coaching them up there, and so we'll probably see a little bit better effort out of the defensive line second half.
Yeah, any successful program, whether it's Alabama or Clemson or even in the NFL with the Patriots, locally, Manatee with their run with Canaan over 20 years, and Mackley, the key component is you kept the coaching staff intact, and that's a hard thing to do at the high school level. And Coach Marino has kept our staff fully intact here over this past several years. And when it's game planning and thinking up these exotic calls that they want to make on the D-line, and that's where the chemistry comes in, where they know each other, and they know what they want to do, and they know their personnel, and it makes a huge difference over the long haul of a season, setting up your players to make plays. We've seen it on the defense. They have been in place. They just have not made the plays, or they turn the wrong direction. And those things can, when they're in the right spot, they definitely can be easily fixed.
And the great thing about this staff too, they are dialed in. Of course, the X's and O's. If you ever go to like Brazelton, we call it Brazelton for years, but Brazelton there, these guys are scientists on the chalkboards, but they are all about the kids at Palmetto High School, and that is the focus. And they're really, in high school, I think they're Saturday coaches, but in high school they say, it's not about making money, it's about making men. And I think the staff that we have at Palmetto High School displays that, and I am so proud to be associated, as doing the broadcast here with that group.
Yes, one town, one team, and community, and yes, absolutely. We've dealt with the kids on the coaches show, and my goodness, they're watching them grow up and be young men, and some of them going off to college, and they're going to do well, and they push the academics on them. First thing when you walk into the locker room, you see the SAT and the ACT dates when you got to take those tests, and what your grades got to be to get into Division III or Division II. It's all right there when you walk into the locker room. So they're doing it for the right reasons.
And so now we're about to have the second half here. Troy, as they came out of the locker room for the Arctic Air sideline report, what's it feel like over there?
Oh, a lot of optimism here. Guys, the coaches, again, are very pleased with some of the progress. Again, adjustments, like you said, they're just trying to see where these guys fit. Can they play at this level? That's another reason why Coach Marino put together such a tough schedule, to test these young men. And we got a lot of underclassmen here. So you got guys who are getting valuable experience here, and that should carry over not only this year but for next year. And we'll just continue to get better. That's the whole idea of this, is just to continue to get better.
Thanks, Troy, for the Arctic Air sideline report. Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. And I'll tell you this, with the wind at his back, this young man's going to put this one into the end zone.
He might even split the uprights.
And so there's a long driving kick, easily reaching the end zone. That's Jack Ferrari there, number 81. That just mashed that one into the.
Yeah, he line drive that one, and there's a little gap between the goalposts, and it's like a soccer goal thing there, and it went even out. It's out by the track. That ball, wind just blew it out of here.
So what we've seen from the kicking game here from Tampa Jesuit, they have the ability with that kicker that they're going to win some football games, tight football games with with the field goal production out of that young man. Palmetto Tigers take this one over. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball is spotted at the 25. Yeoman's in the backfield behind Lung. Safety creeps up. Yeoman's tries to make one or two miss, goes for very little gain, driving forward, but really goes for about a 2-yard loss on the play. Really, the defensive line for Tampa Jesuit's been across the bow all night long.
It's almost like they know what the play's going to be.
Now Benson checks into the backfield. Cleve, Benson, 2 receivers wide on each side of the formation. Runs an option with Benson. He takes it. Bounces outside. Powers forward for a very nice yard gain. It's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
That might be one of the most complete plays we've seen, where everybody was doing what they were supposed to do as an 11-person unit. Let's get this first down here.
Single back in the backfield. Run, and a really great play by the defense there. We'll get a number on there, but coming off of there was number 34, and just an incredible tackle. That's Ty James.
And it's a running back.
Yeah, he's and then A.J. Cottrell. They were across those so fast. 2 of them were across the line of scrimmage there before Palmetto even had a chance to get started.
Benson didn't have a chance. He tried to cut, but they were standing there waiting for him. Let's see how they've got 5 players back to field this punt.
Little shift there by the Tigers. Gonzalez high snap's not going to matter today. And there's a better punt. It's going to be short, bounce, takes a high hop there, and it's going to be fielded there by Venderas, Junior Venderas. And so they'll get a good start there, does Jesuit. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line.
So decent. Tigers went 3 and out, but but still looking for some consistency for each play, not just one big play and then 2 plays where we get knocked backwards.
Okay, now going out there is Luke Knight, and he's going to go out there with the back in the backfield is going to be Joquez Smith. And looks like Luke Knight is going to take this one under center this time. Been working out of the shotgun primarily this evening. Coming across the formation, and it's an inside trap play. And the fake the trap, and then from the backside, center. It was an exchange issue back there. I was following the back in the hole.
I thought that, man, that was a good call running the trap.
Yeah.
And I guess they just forgot to give him the ball.
So just a bad exchange. I was looking at the gap there, and perfect call, but bad exchange there between the quarterback and the tailback.
Which has been there really, other than the 2 picks, they've had some exchange with the quarterback and the running back several times.
9:20 on the clock, and it's 2nd and 15. It's a wide handoff. Palmetto Tigers in the backfield, shooting the gap. It's going to be Jalen Big Baby Wester. Big play.
That's the Jalen Wester we know. He's usually good for 2 or 3 of those a game.
And that was a wrinkle that you saw, that adjustment. There was an adjustment that was made there on the jet sweep action. Immediately as the back was going across the formation, Jalen was knifing into the gap, A or B gap over there. So that's an adjustment because that play looked wide open in the first half. So there was a good halftime adjustment made there by the Palmetto Tiger defense.
And he's the one that can do that.
Oh, shifting things around are the Tigers. They overload everything to the right side. Now he looks to the single receiver left, steps up, and he's looking to run this one. He's not going to get there. And I think that was McDuffie there. For the
Wester with another stop.
And so actually this year wearing 32 is Marcus Waiters was back there, but Jalen Wester with a shoestring tackle brings up 4th down. Good stand by the Palmetto Tiger defense.
Yeah, I don't know if that's their first 3 and out tonight or not, but we'll take it regardless.
And you know, Kenny, it is cold here now, isn't it?
It is. I brought a jacket, my emergency jacket, and I might just have to put that rascal on. Oh,
and this one shanked it off the side of his foot. And it's going to be marked right at the 36-yard line there. So Palmetto Tigers a good field position.
Probably our best field position other than the interception that the defense has given us here tonight. So we came just short of getting a first down on the opening series. Let's see what they can do here on the second series of the third quarter.
So really, you know, one advantage here for the Tigers in the second half here. In the fourth quarter, they're going to be throwing with the wind at their back, but now going into the teeth of the wind. So, you know, you might see some heavy running action. Rockland Lodge is in the backfield now. Lang under center. Pitch to Lodge. Looks for the corner. Steps up. Breaks a tackle. Still going. And he goes for about an 8-yard carry. I like him a lot, Ken.
I like him, and he doesn't look like he's moving fast, but believe me, he has got the jets on him. My goodness.
He has great vision. He's one of those guys, doesn't matter where the play's designed, he has vision. So now brings up 2nd and 2. Lodge. Oh, big hit. Number 21 there, all over the play, and that is Luke Arena. He's a sophomore, and really, again, you know, you're seeing that defensive line is winning versus that Palmetto Tiger offensive line this evening.
Brian, it seems like we're struggling when we're trying to run between the A and B gap, between the guard and the center. Maybe if we can get outside, we've had probably our best success running the ball, but it seems like anything up the gut here is negative.
And that's why we saw Lang underneath the quarterback to get the backs to the line of scrimmage sooner instead of the deep. You know, this time that's going to be Benson, nowhere to go, tackled by host of defenders. It's going to bring up another punting situation for the Tigers.
Yeah,
Looks
they're
like
gonna bring
Marino's
the
going to
punter.
go for it.
So Marino.
Yeah, I thought so too, Troy. It's 4th and 3.
Fourth and a very long 3 here. And
This is what he calls his strong lineup.
all right, so he's going to go for it here.
They are going for it.
Or
just changing personnel.
Or try to draw them off sides here.
That's very possible.
So let's see.
Yeah, he's lining up under center, maybe.
And he's got Yeomans in the backfield.
They're stacking. They're stacking a box.
Yeomans cuts it up, and he's going to be short of the first down. So
very close.
Yeomans on the carry. He's brought down short by Amari Clark.
So Amari Clark with the tackle there. So big stop for Tampa Jesuit.
Yeah, looks like Yeomans managed 4th and 3, 4th and 4. He picked up 2 yards pretty much all on his own because there was just nowhere to run. And he just carried whoever jumped on him and was just a little short.
So back out in the formation is number 6, Luke Knight.
That water break.
Looks like the Bucks are practicing firing the cannons.
Yeah.
I was certainly hoping so, Troy.
Is it the Jesuit TigerVision?
Yeah, it sounds like, Troy, it's I was looking for fireworks on the horizon here, couldn't see them, so good explanation there. I was wondering what that was. Good call.
Gene Deckerhoff might have the keys and gone in there and hit the cannon a few times.
Fire them cannons.
Fire the cannons. 5:24 on the clock here. Jesuit takes over with the big 4th down stop here. Luke Knight with the very dynamic Joe Smith in the backfield. Tigers coming up in some tight coverage. Coming across the formation is Vandross. Now steps up. Now they're going to run heavy. Nice jump cut. Smith, and it's going to be big hit there. Bounces off of it, driving forward. Still, it never went down.
No, they got flags flying.
So there's a flag late.
Let's get this sorted out.
So, one of the offensive linemen just found a DB after the play, was blown dead for the Tigers. And so let's see how they sort this one out.
Saw some gang tackling there on that one.
He's a little tough to bring down.
He is he's as good as anybody we've seen, and we have run across some good backs with the schedule that Coach Marino. I remember the kid from Lake Gibson was a load. Obviously, that running back from Central was awesome.
Yeah.
He's at Texas A&M, and this guy's is right there with him. And we've had some good backs as well.
And he was
too.
running through. Augustin's very serious, 240-pound, heavy-hitting defender, and he was able to shake off his tackle.
Yes,
so
that tells you something right there.
Yeah, he's a good, and that's a good player. But he is a player. Is Smith. As good as advertised, Ken. You told me on the ride over here, on the ride north, that watch out for Smith, and you're spot on.
Top backs in Hillsborough County last year.
5:06 on the clock. Vandross in motion. Knight looks, throws a little insert route. Ball's in the air. Good defense there. All over that one's Jalen Wester.
Yes, I would tell that quarterback, do not throw it near 21. He's got guts to throw it around Jalen Wester, and he almost took it away from him.
He's a unique, the Wester family. They're all,
well,
they're all smart and they're all fast, right? So what you saw with Jalen, he plays downhill a lot. But Troy, how good did his drop look into that zone? It looked like he bluffed shooting the A gap and just dropped back in that zone. Made a great play.
Let's go, defense! Let's go, defense!
Vandross in motion. Knight scans the field, hands it off to nice tackle this time. Jalen Wester. Wow. Impressive.
Also helping him, Cameron Holding at defensive end.
Wow. Jalen Wester. We see him.
He's going to be the leader. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of dudes in defense last year, but he's going to be the ringleader this year on that defense.
So able to stop him there now brings up a punting situation. And
I'd put more people. Yeah, they got 3 people back to field this thing in case he shanks it.
Knuckleball. It's going to be hard to catch.
Right.
Good catch. That was tough. You could see the laces on that one.
You could see that thing spinning horizontally rather than vertically.
So what we've seen, and that was James Simmons, once again, number 23. And you can see that he handled that very easily. So there's that bright and upcoming cover corner that we're looking at tonight. 2 interceptions already. And he made a fine play back there. Looks very comfortable fielding punts.
Rising star.
Because that's as tough as it gets as far as fielding a punt, knuckleball like that.
Palmetto will take over at their own 23. It'll be first down.
Okay, need a sustained drive here.
Palmetto now lines up with a bunch formation, 3 on this side of the formation to the left. Fakes the handoff to Benson. Now they slip him out on a little slip screen. Great play. Ball's on the ground. And it's an incomplete pass. But I'll tell you what.
Incomplete. Thank goodness.
What a great play.
Amari Clark.
That's Amari Clark. And Amari Clark.
He did a great job on the coverage there.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable D tackle with that kind of speed, because when you saw that slip screen coming out, you thought that was going to go for 25 yards.
Well, he could have easily done that.
Great play. Duke Timmons is out here wide left. Look like Cleve Benson's in the back there. Field there. And they're shooting the gap. He throws it out there. Timmons with the catch. Shakes the tackle. Driving forward. And he has a first down.
That's Timmons' first catch as a Palmetto Tiger. Hopefully many more.
He looks the part.
He definitely.
6'3", 185 pound. Duke Timmons went up high to get that, and really nifty running afterwards. Rockland Lodge on the pitch, cuts it back, tries to find a crease, gets pounded there by a linebacker, goes for a gain of about an inch on the play. So it brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, you talk about Timmons, and then you've got Callaway that goes 6'2" as well. Got the twin towers there that could be an awesome receiving core.
So credited for a 1-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 9. 2 minutes 25 on the clock. 3 receivers, kind of a bunch or a diamond formation over here, trying to lose somebody in coverage. 2 covering, 3 with a single high safety. This time they're going to throw a little bubble screen out there. And it's Williams. He's down the sideline. He's at the 40, all the way down to the 34-yard line. And that is Zakedri Rutledge with a play.
Yeah, just like the call.
Nice call.
It was a safe pass, and there was a lot of options there, and the result, a 30-plus yard gain, best gain of the night.
Okay, gets it out there again. It's Zakedri Rutledge driving forward for a nice 8-yard gain on the play. There you're seeing some development by Lang. He was able to look at the coverage over there and, take the easy throw, 2 consecutive plays.
Yes. Starting to feel comfortable in throwing the ball out here tonight.
So a minute 51 seconds here in the third quarter. Palmetto Tigers driving.
It looked like they had the preliminary indication was a penalty on the play, but the referees waved that penalty off, and it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, they were saying probably blocking downfield, but the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so you can go down there and
do whatever,
block. 50 if the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. So that's what it was. So they saw a lineman way downfield on that, but the ball was thrown.
So 2nd and 1. We've had very few of those tonight. Let's see what Coach Ty dials up here tonight for the offense.
And we have an
Oh,
illegal
now we
ship.
got the flag. Troy, you were a little early, buddy.
We had 12 on the field, I think, but they never huddled. So you can come out of the timeout, I thought, but we'll get clarification on that.
Okay, so that brings up a 3rd and 6 now excuse me, it's going to be a 2nd and 6.
Still a lot of opportunities to pull from the playbook here.
Now we're
they
going
gotta
to
think
have.
about it.
It looks like Jesuit's going to take a timeout. Looked over, didn't like what they saw over here. You had Callaway out here wide and Rutledge in the slot. They took a peek at that and called a timeout.
Yeah, 3 receivers, and Rutledge is the shortest one at 6 foot, and they can all scoot pretty good. So, talking to the coaches, they're just trying to find something that'll work and getting the right personnel out there, and you just got to go with what's working here.
And one thing we see with Palmetto High School is you haven't had a lot of time in spring, but what the coaching staff does here at Palmetto High School is they build the team, and they've got all the plays in the bag, but they will build the team to run by the personnel, not by here's our system, and here's what you're going to do. They look at what we have, and they're going to build the team around the skills of the players that we and when that's not all the time true in high school football.
That speaks volumes. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, got a receiver open here. He's rolling to his left.
Throw it.
Now steps up, throws it, takes a huge hit, throws the ball out of bounds. And that, again, is number 17, and that's Peter Pasansky with a play. He's had a great game tonight.
He has. He's lived up to his billing.
And
12 All-Staters on their team last year with 8 of them returning. He's one of them.
He looks very strong and solid, but he has shown surprising speed. You think of Palmetto quarterbacks, he had the sack in the end zone, chasing around, He's also fast, which is an impressive package for Pasansky. Uncovered over here temporarily is number 4 for the Tigers, and that's going to be Retrell Crawford. Now in the slot receiver, big cushion over here to the slot. Lang throws a little hitch out there. The ball is caught but out of bounds. So it brings up a 4th down.
And we're going to probably go for it.
Yeah, they're going to go
the defense has been playing.
Yeah, 28-yard, the 45-yard field goal is not going to happen in that
tonight.
way. Maybe when they flip the field in the 4th quarter, but not tonight.
To win the game later on, yes.
It's still a very steady wind here coming out of the north.
Yeah, we're actually cold up here, Troy.
Is it cold down there?
It's dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say it feels like it's in the 60s.
It's hard to believe
60s.
it's the middle of May.
I need my Tom Porter red hat.
I see that. Lang throws the ball up there looking for Timmons.
Where's the flag?
So that's
there it is. Can't get in his way.
And Troy's got the mic on over there, and I could hear the bench over there was, in violent agreement with what they're saying. So
that was an obvious call. It happened right here in front of me at the 10-yard line. It's obvious. He was beat. And,
way to be in position.
Yeah, I like that. Was that Timmons over there throwing?
Yeah, that was Timmons. That was Timmons over there.
I like it.
Once he got beat off the line and he realized it was going to be a jump ball, he just grabbed it by the jersey.
And really, it's either going to be a defensive holding or you're going to have 6 on that play from the Tigers because Timmons is tall, long, and he's going to get that. 52 seconds here in the third.
So we got a brand new fresh downs. We're in the red zone. Got a sustained drive here.
Can pick up a first down and
a lot of good things.
A lot of good things here. Had it almost nearly moving with Yeomans. Ball almost got ripped out of there, but Yeomans is able to gather it and goes for a nice gain on the play, about 5.
It's good to see him getting some yards. He struggled early with the footing. I don't know if it's his cleats. See him get in the end zone here.
Interesting matchup with Callaway over here. Very tall receiver for the Tigers out here, number 84. And you've got Keidry Rutledge over there, and in the slot is Rockland Lodge over there in the slot. But they hand it off inside. Yeoman's driving forward, goes for a gain of about 2 on the play.
Put them in a good 3rd and short, 2-down territory. And like you said, Brian, they into the quarter, but they can get a first down with this.
Right. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, Palmetto Tigers have 3, and the Jesuit Tigers with 16.
Let's go, Tigers!
Hi, I'm Adam Spatafor with the Tanya Clayton Memorial Foundation.
I'm Nate Boggs with Supporters of Law Enforcement, SOUL for short. Over the last year, we've watched in agony as law enforcement officers across this great nation have been demonized and vilified. We understand that the majority of our community members don't feel this way. Therefore, we wanted to organize an event where everyone could come together to show their support for their law enforcement heroes to put their life on the line every day for your community.
And that free event is called Back to Blue. It's on May 29th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Rain or shine, this family and dog-friendly event will be open to the public at no cost. This free event will be hosted at the Loaded Cannon Distillery in Lakewood Ranch.
When a member of your local law enforcement gives the ultimate sacrifice, Nate Boggs and SOUL are always there to help their families pick up the pieces. Come out and help SOUL continue to support the law enforcement community that always serves you and your family 24/7.
This event will have live music, vendors, axe throwing, raffle items, rock climbing, and a new spirit launch by Loaded Cannon Distillery. Free beer samples from local companies.
If you're interested in participating as a vendor or as a donor, please contact Michelle at michellr@loadedcannonandspirits.com.
Or you may contact me directly at 941-720-5085 with any questions or donation information.
So come out.
He looks, throws a slant, open receiver, incomplete pass. So
Trying
now
to thread the needle between 2 of them.
4th down. So now,
Okay, I don't have my chart in front of me. I'm not prepared.
with
So you're down by
11:55, that's still
13, you cut it to 10, it's still 2 scores.
a lot of time on the clock. Yeah.
Yeah, the way the defense is playing. Got to make this field goal, though. Cut it to 10.
So the ball is going to be, let me see, that's going to be
17, 27.
17, so 27.
Ball's on the 10.
Yeah.
If the scoreboard's right.
Kick is up, and it is perfect by Colorado. So the Palmetto Tigers now with 6 on the board, and now time for that defense to come out and play strong.
Just like they have here the entire second half, they have pretty much had their way. We just need for them to pick up right where they left off.
So 11:47 on the clock, and the temperature continues to plummet here.
I'm gonna have to get my jacket.
I'm shaking.
you have long sleeves on though, a little bit.
It's one of those dry fit fishing shirts. It's my 10th year Palmetto TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC shirt. When I put it on, at 4 o'clock this afternoon, it was 88 degrees. Seemed like the right choice. But it is really getting cool here. Colorado get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Joden approaches the ball, kicks it. Long driving kick, just smashes that one. It's out of the back of the end zone. So that shows the difference in the wind. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. My goodness.
That's a 20-yard difference. Colorado kicked one in the first half that landed at the 20.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? And that one just, you could see from the moment it left his foot.
It would still be going if it hadn't hit the hedge over there.
So, with that in mind, Ken, what we see here, and we've seen Colorado kick 40-yard field goals, 45-yard in practice, that kind of thing. With this win tonight, potentially he could kick a 47, 50-yard field goal tonight.
Yeah, if need be, yeah, absolutely. Let's hope he gets an opportunity to win the game tonight doing that.
Tigers with 3 linebackers, and this time Joquez Smith goes to the middle of the line, bounces off a tackle for a nice gain of about 3 yards. He's tough.
He's tough. He's everything we've read about.
8-3, second half.
So Gustin, again, making plays. So that brings, this time they're coming out in wide receivers on each side of the formation, 1 back in the backfield, and that's going to be Smith. Now, Palmetto Tigers in a bare front. And he pitches it out there, and Smith takes it wide, and he is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
This is the defense we're used to seeing, where they try to get outside and we shut them off, and they've managed better. The defensive line has really stepped up here in the second half to open up lanes so that the linebackers can make the stops here.
Clock is winding, 10 minutes and 22 seconds. 3rd and 6.
Time for a pick 6.
Look for number 23, 2 safeties for the Tigers.
What have we got? Something going on over here with the.
So is that a timeout? That would be the 2nd timeout of the half.
Was it on us?
Let's
or was
see.
it an equipment or?
Don't know.
Is that the corner, the Palmetto corner, was to talk to the.
So equipment, maybe.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Might have been official timeout. Okay, because there's no penalty, or I don't see a timeout signal. So.
And the scoreboard has us still with 3. Jesuit has 1.
Timeout Jesuit.
Okay, well
referee.
that would make yes, that makes perfect sense, Troy, because they're down to 1.
Yeah.
Okay, time for the stop here.
It's a big one.
Yep, and they stopped the clock too.
And really, throwing the ball down the field here, you're throwing into that wind. So.
Oh yeah.
This has got to be some sort of screen or something like that. They've had trouble throwing the ball against us anyway, and now throwing into this wind, we might get a pick 6 here.
He wanted the middle screen. Linebacker sat on it. Now he runs over there just trying to make a play. Makes a player miss.
Oh, goodness.
Scrambles for the 1st down. So Luke Knight with a scramble.
First down.
And he gave that little bluff, after the middle screen wasn't there, linemen were downfield, so he couldn't throw it down the field. But he gave a little bluff and got the Tigers to hesitate a little bit, and he was able to scamper down the sideline.
Yeah, it was enough he was running for his life, and great effort, and knew right where he needed to go to where the chains were, and made it happen. Great job.
Pretty tight coverage by the Tigers. Oh, there's a pitch, and there's a exchange.
Major blow up.
Unbelievable.
He's a little excited over there, celebrating just a little bit.
I think the quarterback saw the Jalen Wester flying through there, and that's probably responsible for a lot of these exchange problems that they're having back there.
Oh yeah, yes. He's blitzed numerous times, and he knows how to time it. Now, early in the game, he jumped one. Like the first, second, third play of the game, he got nailed for a 5-yard penalty, but he has figured it out since then.
So I think you could attribute a lot of these exchange problems with the way that Jalen Wester has been shooting that gap. You look across there and there's light at the end of the tunnel, but it's an oncoming train.
21 on the outside,
and then
he's following number 5 there at the moment. Could blitz.
Be tough coverage here for Wester. He rolls to his left. Now he reverses his field. Being chased. Now he throws it down there. Wide open receiver, and ball is caught for the 1st down.
And
I like their quarterback.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
He's not afraid to tuck it up and run it, and he can zing it down the field too.
And Garrard did a good job because that ball, when it came out, looked like it was going to hit him on the sideline. He was going to have an opportunity, but it died. And instead of trying to make a low catch, knowing that I needed the first down, real good play by Gerard just to catch the ball for the first down.
And it does help when you have 3 returning receivers that were all state last year. But great job.
There's
boy.
a big run for about a 7-yard gain. I got a text here from Tom Porter from the
Orlando. He's in Orlando, supposedly.
The original
or this
Arctic
weekend he
Air
will.
Sideline reporter. He said Troy's got a sporting the hat over there, and Tom says, Troy, I wish it looks like he's got my hat on tonight.
I didn't bring out the Bruce Arians style hat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I don't see that white belt.
Or is it Bruce Arians, or did Tom Porter have it on first?
That's a good question.
Yeah, we're going to have to research that one.
3rd and 3, and Palmetto's offside, so that's going to be a first down.
Well, with that one pass play that they just executed, and now they're inching down the field here, where we've got to stop them here somehow, so that if we want to somehow pull an upset, we're going to need a big play.
Really, the play, one of the plays of the game is the scramble play by Luke Knight on the middle screen that wasn't there, and then
you got the first down.
Sideline for the first down.
The 3rd and 6 play, yes.
Yeah, that was huge.
That might be the play of the game,
that
yes.
Could be the play of the game, and it's very not a big game, but a big time play. Quarterback keep, got it, and he's going to be tackled. I think that
little
was
short.
The keeper brought down by Jamil Williams.
Jamil Williams did a good job of peeling back on that, but big gain on the play.
Brings up 2nd down.
And you got to respect the handoff to the back. Why was that so easy for the quarterback to step up with what Smith has been doing tonight? You're going to have to.
You got to definitely respect him.
You got some of the offensive linemen, Kaiwan, Smith, and Riley Jackson are in on defense.
There's one of those wow. And that was amazing. Little cut there because really a lot of penetration by the Tigers, but Smith with a great cut there and found the little hole there and great run.
Jake Lewis and Riley Jackson combined to make the stop for Palmetto. That's good for a Tigers first down.
So here, 5:59 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers trailing this one, 16 for Tampa Jesuit and 6 for those Tigers.
I thought the band was going to play, which reminds me of. They're right up here on us. They're not big, but they put out decent sound. It reminds me of that playoff game up in Bloomingdale.
Yeah.
How
here we are.
That band years ago drowned out. Every time we tried to run a play, they would just play, which reminds me, Tigers are in Class 7A, and we will be going to Bloomingdale, so we're going to get to experience that again. Manatee, we play Manatee at home, Bloomingdale away, East Bay at home, and Leonard away for our district games coming up.
Gonna run it. Here, he looked like a little inside pass.
Flag. It's coming
in
back.
for 6, but it looks like that one's going to come back with a holding back there. Coming around there was Jaden Gerard, and you could see Kenny and I were looking at that. We thought we saw a hold back there. So
as soon as he made that cut upfield on the jet sweep is about when they threw the flag.
Yeah, you could see that, but again, you looked at the great speed of Jaden Gerard there again.
Oh goodness, it's scary fast.
You really have with Junior Vanderus and Gerard and the receiving. They got receiving talent. Quarterback play has been very good today. Running back play incredible tonight. Mm-hmm. So really, it's a great team. I've been impressed. And they're not the biggest team as far as size. Last year we had the benefit of having 300-pounders across the line.
Yes.
But this team here is not, that huge. but they look like they're
You
super
know,
strong.
it might have been like the Tiger team 2 years ago with all those wide receivers we had that were threats, and I mean, we had 4 or 5 of them that could take it to the house, and that's exactly what they have.
He looks, he throws a little hitch out there, and it's
Uh-huh.
dropped. So little bubble screen out there, and it was intended for Suarez out there.
Hit him right in the bread basket. Just got to catch it before you run. He did everything right, but you got to catch it.
And first time tonight that Jesuit is behind the chains. It brings up a ridiculous 2nd and 24 here, and it'll be interesting to see the wind. You look for some kind of short pass, middle screen, something along those lines. Don't look for anything really long ball down the sideline. Slot receiver uncovered over here for the Tigers. Rolling over there in coverage is Jalen Wester. Late, rolls to his right, looks to the middle of the field, and he's going to be sacked.
Finally got him.
And that is number 12 for the Tigers, and that's going to be Michael Gibson. So 3rd down now. So that was the 2nd and 24. So we're going to have about, a 7-yard sack on that. So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 31.
Yes.
That's my guess. Let's see how they.
One thing we have to keep an eye on, the clock continues to run, is we're right under 4.5 minutes. So we got to get a stop here, hopefully an incompletion of some sort.
So Willie Suarez, number 10, is out here wide. And what they're doing, they're uncovering the slot and then having Jalen Wester roll out late. This time it's a little fake action. Smith makes a couple people miss. Driving forward, big gain on the play, but he's still going to be 20 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, when it's 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8, I'd give that boy the ball, but asking him for 3rd and 35, that's a little bit much. I mean, he picked up probably 10 or 15 there.
Yeah.
They're, let's see, where are they? They're on the 35.
Yeah, a lot of people would be almost quick kicking out of a 3rd and 35. So
Yes.
They had a long way to go, but man, is he impressive.
He's definitely the real deal.
3:56 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers must have a stop here. I didn't realize those cannons were that loud that they're practicing. I don't know where that's coming from, but what we're talking about is just about, it sounds like fireworks, but a very loud banging noise here at Jesuit. I don't know if
they have a very exciting pep band here.
Oh, there it is. It's a big drum down there. So it's a big drum that they have, and they've got it duct taped and muffled, so that's what it is. We found it.
Oh, he shanked it again.
And it's going to check back to about the 22-yard line, so the Palmetto Tigers will get this on the 22nd. Troy, we solved the mysteries over here.
12 yards on that punt.
They've got a big bass drum over here.
Okay, I was going to say.
And they've got a big, about a 4-foot mallet they're using to swing on it, and it looks like a huge Q-tip with duct tape on the end of it.
That's a great description.
And and they're firing that into these empty bleachers, and it's just like a stereo system.
Exactly.
Okay, so we figured it out.
All right.
Palmetto Tigers, bunch receivers on this formation. Rockland Lodge in the slot. I like that look, and this time he takes it and he flips it out there, and that's going to be Zakidri Rutledge. Makes one miss, and then driven out of bounds at the 30. Good play by Kedri Rutledge.
Yes, they executed the play, but the defensive back, they've run that enough. They're ready for it, but Zakidri was able to get away and just get a short gain out of what could have went as a loss, but the clock continues to run.
But eventually you take that blocker and send him straight down the field on a go route. Oh, nice. Lang looked very comfortable on that throw. First down on the play.
Which stops the clock.
And that was a nice ball. Was able to get his feet set.
Nice strike.
A good pass protection by the offensive line.
Running the 2 drill here.
Lang looks, steps up, throws the ball out there, and incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock.
It looked like he was going to heave it downfield, but I didn't see anybody down there. Or they're already back. Or he got hit.
So,
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Man, this seems like an awfully long time to get the play here. I don't see.
I'm watching the
back
judge.
Haven't seen the back judge put 5 seconds in there. So 2 receivers on the left side of formation, 3 over here to the right. Rockland Lodge in motion. They fake it to him. Lang looks. Now he throws the long ball, hanging up in the air forever. Timmons is there. A lot of contact.
Interference again. There's no way he can't call interference on that. He's got to call interference on that.
A lot of contact over there. Troy, that was directly in front of you. What'd you see?
Yeah, there was no doubt. Again, it's interference. The guy face guarded him, pushed him out of bounds 30 yards downfield. So there's no way the referee can't call that. Excellent blocking by the offensive line. This is a young offensive line. There's only one player that has varsity game experience that's out there right now.
Yeah, you're right. You've got Eric Bruss out there.
Kaiwan Smith.
And so really good holding up here. And now the Palmetto Tigers are knocking at the door here across the midfield and at the Jesuits side of the field at the 45. So the big back checks into the backfield. Lang looks. Throws a middle out there, and this time Yeomans has a crease. Nice move, running forward, goes for a nice gain, 1st down.
Which stops the clock. We're right at 2.5 minutes. Gonna run this 2-minute offense. It'd be great for the Tigers to score before they end this game tonight.
Callaway over here with Rutledge on this side of the formation.
Yes.
Lang with Yeomans in the backfield with him. Looks. Oh, good block by Yeomans over there. Lang rolls, throws it to late, across the body, receiver comes back to it, caught, and the ball is
Callaway catches it.
8-yard line by Callaway. Malik with a great catch.
So that stops the clock, 1st and goal. This is the closest the Tigers have been all night to getting in the box here. Got to finish.
Duke Timmons out wide left. Yeomans in the backfield. They throw the slant, wide open receiver, big hit, but he's going to be tackled at the 4-yard line. Ball was thrown a little bit behind him on the slant, otherwise he takes that one
into the end. Easy 6.
Rockland Lodge over here in the slot, big cushion, low snap. Yeomans makes a great play.
Might want to get a timeout here.
And so I expect the Palmetto Tiger crew over there is going to take a timeout here, and they do. So a minute 28 on the clock. A couple things that we have seen here. There was that little wrinkle over there where Rockland Lodge, there was a big cushion again, and if I keep begging for it, maybe I get it, Ken.
Yeah, I think it's a great call, and they haven't really utilized him yet, and he can get it. We've got to have somebody that can get in the end zone that can put your foot in the ground, and he's the one that can definitely do that.
And really the slant was there for a scoring play. Ball is a little bit behind the receiver. So
what I've liked about this, I've really liked Lang managing this drive. He's managed the team down the field. We just got to finish here. This is where it gets tough, because the defense doesn't have to back up but 15 yards. So there's less room to cover.
Okay, it says 2nd on the clock, and on the sideline marker it says 3rd. I believe it's 3rd down.
I think it's 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm sure it's 3rd down. So
they threw the one behind him,
yeah,
and they did the direct snap.
I got 3.
So got to get in this play.
3rd and 5.
2-down territory.
Lang looks, throws a slant, ball's nearly intercepted, and it is intercepted there. So number 11 comes down with the interception, and that's going to be Giscard Dantian. Ball was tipped up. Looked like the Mike linebacker stepped in there, dropped back in the zone, tipped that one up.
Yes, and that's what they teach on defense. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up when they throw it. And he was perfect timing and got the Oski and ended our chance to cut the lead down here. And very unfortunate.
So that should just about do it on this one. You know, put a wrapper on it. It's a minute 17 on the clock.
Tigers have 1 timeout, so they can stop at 1 time unless Jesuit, with that running back, I don't think they're going to throw it. An incomplete pass would be the only thing to stop the clock.
New running back into the game, and you can see the difference, you know, but good stop by the Tigers. Only 1 timeout, so what you want to do, you want to let this play burn, call the timeout here, and then, so that's really the only shot. Clock is
do you
at,
pick it now or do you take it later?
Take it later. Yeah,
Think?
50 now, 49 seconds on the clock, 48, 47, and really 2 running plays and this game's over.
Take a knee.
Woo!
Oh my goodness.
Across the gap, a host of Tigers. Ball came out, but after the player had made contact with the ground. Augustin
with a vicious hit. And they're just going to let the clock
14,
run.
and the Tigers going to let this one
They're not going to
run down. So really tonight, you know, we saw a lot of inexperience with the Palmetto Tigers, but there were some performances to improve on. I thought, you know, Callaway looks like he could potentially be a very good receiver. Timmons looks nice. And you can't say enough about the defensive play of number 23 for the Tigers tonight. And he just kept making play after play after play. And I just was super impressed. James Simmons,
yes.
We're
still learning the names.
Yeah, we're learning the names. We are in the dark now. And so
with a flashlight.
At some point it's going to be hear no evil, see no evil. We can't hear because the band is on top of us. Now we're in the dark. But we want to thank all the TigerVision fans for watching us tonight. Troy, as we wind this down, your thoughts of the night, and then I'll turn it over to Ken, and then I will wrap it up.
Yeah, guys, you know, I thought that, you know, when you look at it, there were quite a few positives to the game for our young players. You got a lot of freshmen. You got a lot of young players coming up from JV. You have new players coming from different systems, from different schools, having to learn the playbook and get into it in 30 days and to come out here and represent for Palmetto High School. So one of the positives that I saw is that the Palmetto Tigers won the second half. We actually won the second half, 3-0. That is a huge statement for this young defense and for this offense that actually moved the ball in the last couple of series. And so there's a lot of work to be done. You can see the work. You can see the coaches coaching guys up. There's still a lot of positives. And so I'm very optimistic for what these young men have in store for them, as well I'm sure the coaches are. We'll hear Coach Marino here as he talks to the troops at the end of the game.
All right, we'll hang on for that. And Ken?
Are you going to get the coach?
Yeah, sure. I can get Coach to talk to us.
Okay,
yeah,
run down.
Interesting, and then I'll finish up.
So, you know, Ken, a lot of old faces wearing new numbers. A lot of new faces out.
Yes, that makes it fun up here trying to figure out who's doing what.
Yeah, but
especially for you.
Yeah, it makes it great. And then a lot of potential out there with the Tigers. You know, you saw some great skill the potential is there, and with our staff and little time, we had a short spring. I see us. We do have a tough schedule, but I see us
very tough.
Turning this around and being the Palmetto Tigers that we're accustomed to see, the playoff Tigers. I look for that once again. So Troy's rounding them up, and Coach is talking to the players over there. And tonight, the Tigers on the short end of the stick, they ended up losing this one. Tampa Jesuit with a 16-6 victory.
That was a great drive. That's improvement. That's improvement. Second half was a hell of a lot better than the first half. Okay? We moved the football, but we didn't finish. We got to go finish. Okay? We need you seniors to step up on offense. We are relying way too much on a lot of young guys. Okay? Malik came to play. Nuke improved. Rock made plays. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, you seniors. Okay, you've been in the fight. Come on, man. We need you to make plays. We need you to make plays. All right, hey, we got to go back to work Monday. We have got to go back to work Monday, gentlemen. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do. All right, but I appreciate the effort, okay, the fight you had, the improvement you made, and the evaluation your coaches were able to make tonight. Okay, we found some guys that can play. We found some guys that aren't ready for big boy football, and we'll replace you. That's just it. This isn't Pop Warner, okay? We'll replace you. All right, that means you other guys that maybe didn't get a lot of reps tonight, you better get your minds right to go take it, because we're going to crank this up one more time. Okay, we're going to have another ones versus ones on Tuesday. Okay, we're going to go helmets on Monday. We're going to watch this video. Okay, we're going to spend a lot of mental preparation on Monday. And then Tuesday, we're going to let them bullets fly again. Okay, and that's it. And that's all we get. And then we got to hit the summer. Okay, so great effort tonight. Proud of the defense, the way you hung in there. All right, we put you on the field way too much. Offensively, put you on the field way too much. All right, offensively, we've got to do a better job. I think we all know that. All right, but you made strides. All right, let's take that positive. You made strides tonight. Okay? All right, let's go. Get ready to go. Get ready to go.
Hey, bring it up. Bring it up. Together on three. Together on me. 1, 2, 3.
You heard the words of encouragement from Coach. I have Coach Marino here live, guys. Coach, tough game tonight, but I heard you in the first half tell the guys, or challenge them. They're either going to stand up or go home. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely, as I just told them, I was proud of the way the defense took a couple shots, but then they settled down and they settled in, and they imposed their will. Offensively, we knew. You got a freshman quarterback. You got a lot of freshman skilled players. We need more out of our seniors. There is a core group of seniors, and they got to do a little bit more. And they got to help carry the load of these younger guys. We're putting these younger guys in too many tough positions, and like I said, and they're going to work at it. This is a great group of kids. They'll work at it. Offensively, we'll continue to get better.
No doubt, Coach. Obviously, like you said, you challenged them even at the end of last year, and again, some of the freshmen and the newer guys are going to have to step up. How has it been integrating some of the newer guys from other programs that have come in? And we saw them make plays, but like you said, you challenged them to make bigger plays. What do you think about their evaluation?
Well, again, I couldn't be more happy with these younger guys because we talked about it after Miami. Are we going to commit 100%? And they did that. And the younger guys that were making plays tonight, that's a result of hard work in the weight room. Our coaches pushing them in the weight room, and they embraced it. And like I said, when you talk about the 305, when Malik Callaway and Rock Lodge, when those guys are seniors, shoot, I'm expecting it this year as sophomores. And when they're juniors and seniors, that's where this program is headed. And, like I said, we're just going to continue to work, and hopefully we can pick up that pace and just accelerate it a little bit faster to get ready for the fall because we got a hellacious schedule.
Is that why you made that type of schedule, to kind of build them up and get them ready to be players?
Absolutely. And, it's ironic, but, Shaq's little brother is Malik. And Shaq did the same thing. He got better and better and better. And at the end of the year, and come playoff time, he was making plays as a sophomore. He was a go-to guy. And I think Malik showed that tonight. I think Rock showed that tonight. I think a lot of our younger kids showed that tonight. And like I said, Nuka made strides. He saw the field. He made some throws. He missed some. And that's just going to happen. It's a process. It's a process. The quarterback position is not an easy position. I'm proud of him the way he battled through it. He didn't quit. He didn't hang his head. He just kept working. Just kept working.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Great spring.
Thanks, brother. Yep.
So as you see, the word for the night is work in progress, improvement, all positives. Again, obviously we lost the game tonight. But I think that, you can see the improvement from in the quarterback room, the receivers, the offensive line, the defense came to play. You see in Cedric Augustin taking on a guy that's a potential All-American, All-State ball player. These are things that you can go back and look at in the film room and say, hey, we made strides tonight.
All right.
Thank you, Troy. Yeah, I caught bits and pieces. It's really hard to hear up here even with the wind blowing, but I agree with everything. What little I heard, I agree. I look at this as a tale of two halves. We talk about progress. Yeah, we lost the first half 16-3, but we actually won the second half. And this game, and Brian and I even talked about it a little bit, could have easily gotten out of hand when early in the game when they were up 16-0 and the wide receiver was wide open down the field, and it could have been 23-0. But the kids had a lot of heart tonight, and they kept battling, and they just offense work in progress definitely. But so I'm hopeful for that. They've got summer ahead of them. They got 7-on-7s. They got football camps. A lot of opportunities to improve before they hit fall camp in August.
All right, Ken, and I'll wrap it up, but I wanted to say, we didn't see any quit tonight out of the group, and that's one thing to be very proud of. We have athletic talent out there, and when you have talent that doesn't quit, it builds on great strength. So I'm going to wrap it up. We thank you for watching Tiger Vision as presented by Conley Buick GMC, and I want to thank the number one fans in the world, our fans, for tuning in on this spring game tonight. I'm Brian Varnador, along with Ken Burton Jr., Troy Bellamy on the sideline. From our Palmetto to Tampa tonight, I have to say, remember our friends in Palmetto, it's one town, one team. Go Tigers.